Hi everyone, so this video is going to be my cacti and succulents updates. I'm going to do all the cacti and succulents in one video since I don't have too many anymore. So I'm going to start with the jungle cacti. This is my Christmas cactus and it's the one with kind of orangey pink flowers, and it bloomed for me this past winter, I think. It did have this kind of weird orange thing on it. You can see the bottom that those fell off, but it's pushing out new stems, which is great. So it seems to be okay now. I did spray it with the fungicide. And this is my Epiphyllum lily Dache. It also had a fungus problem. Had these orange spots, and I also sprayed it. This part looks dead, but this part is still green, so hopefully it'll be okay. And this is Epiphyllum 3 oranges, and it looks like it's doing well. Although I noticed some specks on the stem, which I think are spider mites, so that needs to be sprayed. I have a butter knife there just to help keep the pot from falling over. And this one is Oakley Dominator. It looks pretty sad, but it's actually pushing out a new stem at the bottom there, so it's recovering well. And this one is King Midas, and it's doing pretty okay. Personally, not a huge fan of the plant just because the thorns are pretty spiky and I almost always brush up against it. But otherwise, the plant is fine. This is my Rhipsalis. I forget the name, but I'll put it in the description, and it's doing pretty okay. I did repot it in, well, not really repot it. I put it in a clay pot, and then I filled in the gaps with the coconut husk, just so it wouldn't stay too wet. But it does dry out pretty quickly, so I do have to keep on top of it. And this one is Epiphyllum Clown. It looks pretty bad, but this new stem is still alive, so can't be too bad. This one actually broke off, so that is where the root is. So I've just put the cutting back in here, and hopefully it'll take root. All right, and this one is Front Runner, and out of all my Epiphyllum cuttings, it's been doing the best. It's pretty big. I can see there's like a black spot on one of the stems, but otherwise it's doing really well. And this one is Mini Acker, and I don't know why these stems dried out, but it's pushing out new stems here, and obviously these guys. So it's doing okay. I found a mealybug right on the end here, so I need to remove that. And this is my grandmother's Epiphyllum. Last time I mentioned that it still had issues with scale, and last week, just before Christmas, I did find some scale. It was not a lot, but some, so I took care of it. Overall, it's pretty clean now though, so that's good. All right, so I'm gonna go over my seedlings now, and I'll do this one first. This is my pseudo Rhipsalis. I forgot the name, but it's the one with the blue pink kind of tubular flowers. Anyway, I decided to take it out of the plastic bag because there was a lot of this moss growing, so it was hard for me to see. And so far it's doing pretty good. Yeah, you can see this one's starting to push out another stem, which is great. The other stem on the back, or the other plant on the back there, I'm not sure how well that's gonna do, but so far so good. At least this one. And that's my Mammillaria pectinifera. It's also doing pretty good. The two largest seedlings are pushing out pups. I kind of do feel it's pretty leggy. Can't really do anything about that right now. So these are my Astrophytum seedlings, and they're doing pretty okay, I guess. And this is my Lapidaria margaratae, and the last time I showed this plant, it had no roots. But since then, it actually started growing a new growth in the center there, so that's really good. And this is my Conophytum frutescens, and that guy in the back is growing a new growth, so that's good. And this is my monkey's tail. It looks not bad, but also not super great. That stem in the back is shriveled, so yeah, I need to maybe just examine it a little bit more closely. And these are the other desert cacti. Just a note to self that they look fine. This one is shriveled, and I found one mealybug on it, so I don't want to unpot it, but I am concerned. This one, I saw something fluffy near the top there, and the rest I haven't examined yet, so I will need to do that. This is my other monkey's tail, and it's doing pretty well. There's obviously not enough light, otherwise this would be a lot thicker at the bottom, but it has pups, so that's great. Alrighty, so that's my video for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!